All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do group well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in 1/3. And Lord's will, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. And the Wadiyah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Forgive me the inspiration to do this lesson. And as the title reads, how many of y'all would watch Noah's video? All right. So it's more of a question. All right. But this title, it came to me last night, as I was just sitting there. But, because, at times, sometimes these lessons can seem repetitive, but repetition is the father of skill. All right. We hear Elder Apostle Kabar going to that. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what is being established and made known abroad is that, ultimately, if you are not chosen by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you'll wither away. And you got to understand, I'm going to prove it with the scriptures, but even Google shows you that Noah, being a preacher of righteousness, he gave the same message for 100 years. Okay. So if you were on Noah's channel, today, all he would be telling you is, prophecy, 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 prophecy. And you're going to hear it repeatedly until what? It finally comes. So, you got to ask yourself, how many of y'all would watch Noah's videos, and continue to watch and continue to take heed and continue to listen, and this is why there's been different, if you will, generations of this truth. Going all the way back to 1969, before I was even born, and so on. There's been different phases, different levels of belief, and, we are now in this time where we truly believe we're at the end. But you have a lot of people that have fallen away because, men count slackness. All right. So I just wanted to make that statement real quick. Let me make sure the audio and video is good. All right, because we're living in different times now. Let's make sure make sure I'm even live. Just give me a minute. All right, let's jump into it. So let me share my screen. Let's go right here. All right, so this first precept came to mind, so I want to grab that. And all right, okay, just had to make sure we're live. So right here, first thing that came to my mind is about us being called. Okay, Yahushua said it, Matthew 22:14, for many are called, but few are chosen. So, even me as a young man, I remember in particular men, with me at camp, this was when I was able to go down to New York City, and when the elders and apostles and brothers were on 34th Street, and some of those men that I was there with in the crowd, they're not around no more. And then you have men over us. They have plenty testimonies of men being called, but not here today. You see? So how many, ultimately at the end of the day, what we're getting at is if you're not chosen, you're just going to wither away. So this is 1 Corinthians 1:26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. See? So we have been called, but enduring, having faith, hope, okay, consistency is a good sign that Ado and Ratazah were also chosen. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to jump right into this. Let me show you this. All right, so I asked it, but I'm going to prove with precepts. It says, according to the Bible, Noah preached about the coming flood to his community for 100 years. It took him to build the ark. See that? All right, so 100 years. Can you imagine that? Hearing the same message. Now, we also understand that time was different as far as age, things of that nature. Men lived a lot longer. All right. They aged. The process of aging was slower. Hence why now we're in these chains of darkness. But, can you actually imagine that? Hearing that 100 years and then still keeping faith. So my point why I brought up about being chosen, because ultimately the only way you would withstand that, listen to that, take heed to that, have faith in that, and wait on that is if you were a chosen vessel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we're getting ready to see that a lot more, because one thing that always stirs my spirit is that kind of clickbait community. All right, that clickbait culture. Christian comes up and then this happens. There are a lot of Hebrew Israelites out here that are just plainly bullshitting, and they're giving you they're giving you the lights and the silver and the gold and the sprinkles and the weddings and the marriage, but they have to do that because the fish aren't sincere. Okay, so this is all about being sincere. This is all about, if the Lord is with you, that's why you'll withstand. That's why you're here today. That's why you want to come back tomorrow. Even though you heard the MOTB is this, you want to be updated. You want to know what's going on. Your spirit is stirred to keep being fed the information you already know. And that's special. Okay. This is Genesis 5:32. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Okay. So right here, it's letting you know that Noah was 500 years old. All right. So when we go into this, Genesis 6, and let me see real quick. Let's just start at 9. 8, it says, but Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. And Noah walked with Yahweh. See, so we're walking with Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, in the midst of evil, in the midst of wickedness. Okay. And we're continually every day seeking Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai while he may be found. But how many other Israelites would do that? How many other Israelites are doing that? You see, because one thing that I noticed with our people and the current vibration that I see on YouTube in the Hebrew Israelite quote unquote community, I don't really like, but I notice there's a lot of worldliness, non-diligentness, okay, and clickbait-ish. Okay, I see a lot of that. Like a lot of times the videos that get the most views are the ones that have the most sensationalism. You know, you put a black woman on the thumbnail, the videos go up. You get an Edomite kissing the boot, the videos go up. But then you get an update about the MOTB, and it's like, yeah, we know. Yeah, we know the flood's coming, Noah. We know. But see, that's because the Lord's not dealing with all of his people. You got to be a special spirit, you know. You got to be a spirit. Let me get that in Ephesians. The Lord ultimately has to be dealing with you. And this should comfort the sincere brothers and sisters, you know. It should comfort you that you don't need the glitz and the glamour to hear the word of Yahweh Bashem El Shai. And having that spirit on you, you know, it has to comfort you to know that you are of the hopeful elect and predestinated ultimately. Ephesians 1:4, according as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. So if we are of the elect, okay, and that includes the 1/3, which is men, women, and children outside of the 144,000, that means you are chosen as well. So you have to thank Yahweh Bashem El Shai that this truth is still sexy to you, you know, that it still moves you and inspires you and you're still hungry for it. All right. Because you have other Israelites that hear the message and it's like, okay, yeah, what's next though? I want to see a debate, you know, I want to see what Gorilla's going to say. See, they want to be entertained. This is not a spectator sport, even though we are a spectacle unto men. It says, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai and Mashiach to himself. So right there is the elect that was already set up to be adopted back to the Father through the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, which was written for prophecy. So this was all set up, the roles, okay, the narrative, ultimately this movie, okay. It says according to the good pleasure of his will. So this is all about predestination, all right? Because I'll tell you this, if Noah was here today, his videos may have some views, but ultimately the views wouldn't come until it started raining. See that? His views, they wouldn't, like when you think about Yahweh Shai, if Yahweh Shai was in Babylon, they would strike his videos. They would tell you to stay away from his camp. Let me prove it. Let me prove that real quick. That's why you hear, starting with our apostles, this is only for the elect. This is only for the sincere. This is John 1. And check this out. Look at how they treated Yahweh Shai when he was here. So if Yahweh Shai had a channel, yes, he would have followers, but his followers would be sincere and devoted to his teachings, being inspired through his teachings. See, hold fast to his teachings. But the ones that are not sincere may watch, may scoff, may comment, may try to entangle them in his words, but they wouldn't be here for the truth. See? So how many of y'all Israelites would watch Noah's videos? Because you're going to get the same message every time. What's the message, Noah? It's going to rain. It's the flood coming. Destruction's coming. You know? It says he was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. So see that? So this shows you that if Yahweh Shai was here today in the flesh, Israel, for the majority, would not acknowledge. Okay, they doubt, they'd scoff, they'd report the video, or probably not even just watch it. See, if Noah was here today, how many would actually watch those videos and take heed and be afraid? Oh man, this is coming. This is about to happen. 100 years. That's some time, especially in this flesh. So let's continue. Genesis. I'm gonna go to 6 again. So it says, and Noah begot 3 sons. Genesis 6 and 10. And Noah begot 3 sons: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. We come from Shem. It says the earth also was corrupt before Yahweh, like right now. This is why Yahweh Shai said what? In Matthew 24, that will be as the days of Noah. Okay, the earth also right now, that this is my point. Like right now, if the days before Yahweh Shai returns are as the days of Noah, and they weren't set up to listen to Noah, then why would they? Then they're not set up to listen to you. So really, at the end of the day, only the elect is set up to have that spirit to get edified, to listen, to learn, to take notes, to keep coming back. While the rest of Israelites, all they want to hear is, oh yeah, I know I'm an Israelite. You know, and that used to actually baffle me a few years ago. But you have to grow in this thing. You have to learn, you know, about spiritual growth, because you can't always perceive reality or reactions of people based on how you would react. You have to learn that. Just because you wouldn't do that doesn't mean the next person wouldn't do that either. So there's plenty of times where I've seen people, just comes to mind, like G Herbo. You know, he knows he's an Israelite. Glorilla. You have Israelites that are just set up to know that they're Israelites, but that's it. They're not set up to come back. They're not set up to be built up. They're not set up to take heed to the warning after finding out who they are and what's coming in the near future. See, it says the earth also was corrupt before Yahweh, like now, and the earth was filled with violence, like now. And Yahweh looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. See that? And we got 1 Peter 3:20 right here. Okay. But so now what happens? Genesis 6:13. And Yahweh said unto Noah, the end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Now that proves right there, when the Lord said, I'm going to destroy them with the earth, but did the earth get destroyed? No, the inhabitants on earth got destroyed. And only eight people made it out of that. Only 8 people out of what Esau said, 4 billion. They said potentially there was 4 billion people on earth in the time of Noah. Let's see. All right. See, this is why this is why you hear this is why you hear just a sincere message. We're not here to like try to win you over. If the Lord's with you, you're going to be with it. If the Lord ain't with you, then you'll just turn the channel, go to another one. It's fine. You have to truly understand this is only about the Lord's elect, and it's life and peace when we, as being set up to teach, understand that as well. Let's see, how many people were on earth before the flood? Let's see real quick. So this one says about 750 million people. But see, I heard another one. So see right here. And this one says about around 4 billion. So either way, okay, I believe this number more, which I'm not here to do a number game. But either way, 8 out of a million, 8 out of a billion shows you the level that the Lord went to judge. You know, this is why, let's get Isaiah real quick. This is why this is complete mercy, brothers. You know, to understand what 8, you got camps that got more than 8 brothers in it. You see where I'm getting at? You know, Isaiah 1 and 9, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very, very, very small remnant. See that? You, hey, if the election is referred to as a small remnant, what would you refer to Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth and their wives as? You see, and that's severe. That's severe, man. 8 people, 8 people. So he's telling you, look, you're all going to be destroyed. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. Well, I'll say this, it wasn't set up for them to take heed, but you have to imagine at some point there was a exhortation of stop doing wickedness. But did they listen? No. All right. And it says we should have been as Sodom and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. You see that? So if we didn't have us as a nation, if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai and the predestinated and the elect, we would be through. We would be finished. We would be done. But majority of our people don't care about that. They push a different vibration. They push a different message. They're here for their own belly. See? But you have to understand that. You'll start understanding more as the days grow closer to the end. Okay, I see. And, also, too, the elect has they carry themselves with a different thought process, a different manner. You got to think like Noah, when he got this message, when he found out that this was going to happen, not only did he take heed, he had faith in it. Like now with us, Hebrews 11:7, by faith, Noah being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet. See? So how many Israelites would continue to watch Noah's videos, even though they don't see the rain yet or flood yet? Like now, how many Israelites are going to take heed to the MOTB videos, the World War III videos? You see? Look at that. 144 Adon Ratazah. Okay. So this is what I'm getting at, because other videos, thousands of views, which is fine. Okay. It's fine. It's not about a numbers game. It's the spiritual aspect of this walk. But what we're seeing is sincere and insincere. Okay. There's a difference. Just because you're an Israelite doesn't guarantee you'll be on that ark. By faith, Noah being warned of Yahweh. See, by faith, very important. Very important. Okay. It says moved with fear. This is the second most important thing. Okay. Faith and fear are very important in this walk. Okay. Prepared an ark, and we're preparing a spiritual ark. This is us right now building together. See, we're building together right now, and building goes into what? Edifying. Let's see. Building. Let's see. Or it may be build. Let's see. Build. Oh, look. Support on which a ship's, see, spiritual ark. Let's go to the word build. It might be edify goes into build. It's one or the other. Okay, let's try edify. Let me see. Edify. I know one of them goes into one another. Yep, see, edify goes to build. See? So we are, look, to build up morally. So we're building up a moral ark. Okay, while the rest of the world is being evil, wicked, not caring, partying, bullshitting, playing until what? Rain comes. That's when it changed. What you felt that? Who spit on me? Did you throw a drink? Questions started being asked. What's going on? Who's throwing? They didn't know, but they heard it. See? So how many of y'all? I'm using that rhetorically, because we know the answer. We know the answer is what? Of the elect. Okay. But how many Israelites would continue to watch Noah's videos after, let's just say 2 years, 4 years, 3, 4, 5 years, 10 years? Every time you keep going back, he's telling you the same thing. Then 100 years, 100 years. All right. Let me prove it to you. I'll go back to Hebrews, but let me just prove this to you. So Noah was 500 when he begot Noah was 500 years when he begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth, right? And then when the Lord called Noah into the ark, how old was he? Genesis 7:6. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. You see that? So he was called when he was 500. Then he entered the ark when he was 600. That's 100 years of telling you rain's coming, floods coming, destruction's coming. 100 years. See? So that's how you know who's sincere, who's not. Okay. And ultimately, that's how you know who's been set up by Yahweh Bashim Shai and who hasn't. If you're in this thing and you're just looking for the next best thing, the next best entertainment, the Lord's not dealing with you because you're not being moved by fear nor faith. Okay. Going back, Hebrews 11:7, by faith, Noah being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet. And I also want to add this in, we're entering a time where the information that you already are aware of pertaining to prophecy is going to increase, meaning the MOTB lessons are going to get juicier. The World War III videos are going to get more suspenseful because the cloud of prophecy is bringing precipitation. If you catch my drift, see? So it's going to start increasing. There's going to be more rumbling and thunder, because it's starting to close in. And then that's when those that didn't want to listen before want to listen now. That goes back to what? The 5 foolish virgins. See? So you should be thankful that you're a part of the building process right now so that you can get on that ark as well. Hebrews 11:7, by faith, Noah being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet. See, things not seen as yet. Remember, Nate is the same one that said when he was asked about the MOTB, and there was an Israelite woman, all right, a sister, right, said that her dog has the C hip because, they track animals, which Amalek has created a society the way you would run a farm. All right. So that's why you call them sheeple, people. Okay. And then Bishop Nathaniel was the same one that said, well, maybe you can have your dog buy you some lamb. See, back then, scoffers and mockers had fun. Oh, what did it say? In the last days, there should be scoffers. So you got to apply what we go through today. Imagine what Noah had to deal with back then while literally building. So now with us building through edification, you see the same response. You see the same reaction. Okay. So the best thing for you is to be spiritually minded so you can have life and peace. Because there's a lot of people set up to where they'll get swayed by the opinion of the masses. This is not for the masses to accept this in whole. Okay. This is for a small remnant. So if you have the mindset, as long as majority agrees, I agree, that makes you a follower on the left-hand side. Okay. It says, move with fear, prepared an ark. Like now, we're preparing an ark, and our work is being shown forth. So how many Israelites today would be subscribed to Noah's channel, Yahweh Shai's channel, and then continue to go and watch it daily? See? Some of them wouldn't like the answers. Remember, in the time of Yahweh Shai, they didn't like what Yahweh Shai said to them. Let me go to this real quick. I just got to get this one. This is one of my favorite responses by Yahweh Shai right here. Check this out. This is John 6. And, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 43. Yahweh Shai therefore answered and said unto them, murmur not among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which has sent me draw him. See? So we don't care that you're an Israelite. It don't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay. Because what about the Israelites that are drawn to Yahweh Shai through Yahweh, and they don't look like the stereotypical Israelite? Are they going to be denied? We are allowed to understand the spiritual aspect of this walk as well. Most don't. So we know that the only way, like you'll have someone, hey, I'm going to come into camp. All right, cool. If the Lord's dealing with you, then you will. If not, we're not going to take it personal. Okay, we're not going to take it personal. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we understand if the Lord is dealing with you, then everything will play out how it needs to. If not, okay. That's why many are called. Few are chosen. It says, and I will raise him up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of Yahweh. Every man, therefore, that hath heard and hath learned of the Father cometh unto me. See? So if you're not set up to, you won't believe it's going to rain. Now, I want to go down real quick. So now Yahweh Shai is going into the bread, which is the manna. And then now he lets it known that he is the manna. So watch, let's go about, let's just start at 49. Okay, let's start at 48. It says, I am that bread of life. Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. This is right. Your fathers did live by the law, but they are still got judged. See, so Yahweh Shai was constantly trying to convey a message, but not everyone was set up to receive the message. This is why he said, if the Father's with you, then you'll receive me. Okay. But if he's not, that means, no, you're not the one then. Nope. You're not for the camp. You're not for this. You're just here to feel the raindrops. And what does the rain represent now today? Ultimately, the missiles. Okay. But that means the judgment. Okay. The flood, Esau, Jacob's trouble. But we're telling you, see, how many times are you going to watch a video about Jacob's trouble or hear the prophecy about Jacob's trouble? Well, no. What you thought you were going to hear from Noah? That he ain't going to tell you it's going to rain? You know? Well, let's see what he's got to say. He's going to tell you it's going to rain. It says, I am the living bread which came down from heaven. Like Yahushua said, what you thought you was going to go out there to see? See, that's the problem. What you thought, what were you expecting? This is called the Lord. This is the Lord's song. You're going to play this song. You're going to play My Girl. I'm talking about my, and you expecting to hear something different? No, this is the Lord's song. You're going to hear the same thing. And then this is why it's one body. You're going to go to this GMS camp. You're going to hear that. You're going to go to another GMS camp. You're going to hear the same thing. You're going to go to this channel. That's why there's times where you'll do, you'll watch one lesson and then another brother or elder is doing the same lesson. See? It says, I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh, meaning he's going to be sacrificed, which I will give for the life of the world being Israel, the same world that knew him not in John 1, and the same world that Yahushua was referring to in John 3. But that word world goes into cosmos or government, which was prophesied in Isaiah 9, that the government will be upon his shoulders. It says, the Jews therefore strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us flesh to eat? Like, so they weren't set up to get it. Ultimately, that's all it was. They just weren't set up to get it. I'll show you right here. Deuteronomy. See, so we're fishing, but we're only going to catch the fish that Yahweh Shem Shai set up to be caught. Okay. Deuteronomy 29, because the rest are what? Deuteronomy 29:4. Yet the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai have not given you a mind or an heart to perceive and eyes to see and ears to hear unto this day. This is why Yahushua said in Matthew 13, this is why there's certain precepts that we read and the reaction given from that, because it was a fishing process. It was a vetting process to see who the Lord is with. This is why Yahushua said this, Matthew 13 and 14. And in them, let me start at 13. It says, therefore speak I to them in parables, Psalm 78, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not. Right, back then they saw the ark being built. They heard Noah saying it was going to rain, but they didn't have eyes to see or ears to hear. Look, and shall not understand. He's tripping. What is he doing? How's he? There was all these questions, all these bickering, all these demons, a lot of demons of doubt trying to get in your mind. All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So you got to be thankful that you're listening. You're subscribed. You're watching. You're taking heed, and you're waiting. Because majority of the people would not watch Noah's videos for 100 years because they want to be entertained. They want to play. They want a quick feel-good dopamine. It says, seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears and should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. See? So this is why Yahushua made these statements, made these comments. These things are recorded because this is the prophesied reaction to the warning going out, but only a remnant was set up to receive it, even though it was heard before all. For I verily say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. See? So we're in a very beautiful, blessed position right now, because you could have a spirit on you where you want all the family to get it. And no, you need to be thankful that you're getting it. What's that in Philippians? Seek thy own salvation. That is the time that we're on. Get your own seat on the ark. Get yourself on that. Okay? Because this ship's about to sail, you know? Now, let me go back to John. So check this out. So watch this. So they strove among themselves. Watch how Yahushua answered them. See? So Jake don't get it. Sometimes you could be a little stern with Jake, like, and if that offends you, well, that's how it was set up to get your ass down the street. Look what Yahushua says, to weed them out. Sometimes when Polite came up to the elders, the Lord set that up to weed a lot of Jakes away. Okay? You got to understand, in this walk, there are things that you're going to see that offend others because that was the Lord getting them out of here, made them uncomfortable, really vetting them to see if they're in the right spirit. You know, the scriptures say, try the spirit, scrutinize them, get a little rough with them, do a lesson on women, see if these women are really sincere here. You know, get on the black woman, see who gets offended. Tell them get on this camp. See what you do is you expose demons. Okay, so no demons are allowed here on this ship. It says, then Yahushua said unto them, look, verily, verily, I say unto you. So he knew they had a problem with him saying that he's the bread, and that if you eat of his flesh, that you'll have what does it say? The life of the world. So watch. So he didn't sugarcoat this. He actually turned it up a notch. He said, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I'll raise him up at the last day. And what's that? That day when that flood comes. We want to be above the water, not drown and taken with it. We want to be above the water like Noah, above the water like Apostle Peter. See? So he not only told them they got to eat his flesh, he said, and you got to drink my blood. But they didn't have ears to hear what he was meaning. The blood representing the wine we drink at Passover, and the unleavened bread that we eat as well. See, it says, for my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him. As the living Father has said, hath sent me, and I live by the Father, so he that eateth me, even he shall live by me. Do you know how many Jakes would hear that even today and bug out? Okay? So you got to understand there is a certain response that majority of our people give when it comes to hearing the truth. I don't like that. Good. We're glad your sensitive spiritual ass don't like it. Good. Sit over there, go into the barbecue, eat and drink, get married, post your marriage videos online, and get destroyed. This is that bread which came down from heaven, not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever. These things said he in the synagogue as he taught in Capernaum. Many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, this is a hard saying. Who could hear it? Who can handle this? When Yahushua knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, does this offend you? See, Yahushua was cold, man. He was cold with it. But that's how you get baptized, getting the raw truth. What's wrong with it? What? And if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before, it is the spirit that quickeneth, and the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Look, but there are some of you that believe not. So you have to understand there are certain Israelites around us today, right now, that don't believe, that are actually demons behind their YouTube channel. You know, not everyone that says, Lord, Lord, not everyone that says Shalom means the Lord is with him. You got to understand, Jake is a supplanter. Jake know how to fake it till he make it. But the problem is you faking it, meaning you ain't going to make it. The Lord ain't here for fakers or fronters or phonies. It says the hour come and now is when the true worshipers. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him. That's cold, man. So Yahushua already knew the phonies. Yeah, go over there with your t-shirt and fringes on, man. And he said, therefore said I unto you that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. So he's letting it be known that if only you've been set up for this, that's the only way you're going to get this. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. I ain't watching those videos no more. Yeah, nah, man, I ain't with that. I need something smooth. See that? So a lot of Israelites would not be subscribed to Yahushua's channel today. Not many Israelites would want to watch Noah's videos today, okay? And especially for how long they were too. because they become impatient. When is this going to be over? Babylon's calling. I need to pick up until the rain came. See that? So now, now I want to get something for you. Now let's get the words of Yahushai within this statement. So Matthew's 24, so we understand where we're at collectively. Okay, about to wrap this up, but let me show you this. Matthew's 24, let's put that red letter on so we know who's speaking. Matthew's 24, okay, and right here, 36. It says, but of the day and hour for Israel, when we going home, when we go, well, listen, we're going to tell you. There is, in particular, day, hour, month when destruction is coming, prophesied and told to us in Revelations 9, but we ourselves can't give you that exact date, okay? It says, but of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage. Now, this is a whole. This is the reality that people are in right now. But you know what's heavy? This is what Jake is in right now. Eating and drinking, partying, YouTubing, laughing, going live, marrying, and giving into marriage. Are they not doing that right now? IUIC has a whole channel about marriages, a whole channel. Look, now I'm curious, so I gotta look it up. IUIC, and then some simple ass demon would try to say, what's wrong? Nobody said there's nothing wrong with marriage. Okay, no one. If you're that rock headed, then that's the Lord's not with you. But see, here's the point. Look, IUIC marriage videos. Because why? We're in the days of Noah. See, this is why they're giving this to you. See, a month ago. I don't need a video telling me how to court a woman. Okay, we don't need that. We need to be warned of the destruction that's coming to keep us spiritually sober moving forward as the booze of Babylon is being poured out for everyone to drink. Okay, you ain't getting this on this side. You may smile and laugh, but we're in hell. We're in captivity. We're waiting to go home so we can get all that. But see, they're giving this to you now. See, look at this. They got to go home and pay rent. They're going to get what the fuck? You're going to get out of this and walk right back in dirty ass Babylon. IUIC making marriage great again. What? What about the marriage of the Lamb? What about the marriage of the Lamb? Okay. But this is why Yahushai said, see, marrying and giving in him. Shalom, Israel. Hold on, man. I don't want to watch that video. See, that's my point. How many of y'all would watch these videos? A whole bunch. But how many of y'all would watch Noah's videos? Not too much. Only a small remnant. So we have to be thankful that we have a spiritual preference in prophecy. We have to be thankful that we have a spiritual preference in prophecy. No. I want to watch that again. It says marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. This is why we are in a very beautiful position right now. 1 Peter 3:20, it says, let's start at 18. For Hamashiach also has once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us to Yahweh, being put to death in the flesh, but quickening by the Spirit, by which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison, which sometime were disobedient, when once the long suffering of Yahweh waited in the days of Noah. That's why we tell you to repent. We're telling you to repent now because you have a process before the Lord is waiting to bring his judgment. Then it says, then I'll hold my tongue no more concerning their wickedness. While the ark was preparing, the ark is being prepared right now. Wherein few, that is 8 souls, were saved by water. Wow. See that? 2 Peter 2 and 4, it says, for if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to the sons of God, all right, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into the chains of darkness, this flesh, to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, a prophet of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. See, So right now, we are in a position of partaking of the ark being built through edification through the Holy Spirit. But not everyone's going to take heed to the warning or edification being sent to us by the Holy Spirit because they're too busy eating and drinking, giving into marriage, because ultimately they weren't set up to listen. They weren't set up to watch. They weren't set up to take heed because they're not set up to be on the ark. So I just wanted to do that lesson. It was just on my spirit. How many of y'all would watch Noah's videos today? And at that 100 years, not many, only a few. So I pray this lesson was edifying, encouraging, and comforting. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do group well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.